Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. This bill is anything but a simple bill. And I think it's very well intended by the patron of the bill, and I agree with a lot of things that she says. And I actually agree with a lot of things that I believe it was the editor of the Richmond Times-Dispatch said. A lot of her factual stuff in the beginning. What I disagree with is how we get to equity. You see, this piece of legislation doesn't, I agree with the delegate from Enrico 100%. I would never want to change the mission of TJ or any other governor school. But you have to read between the lines. Words have meanings. And this piece of legislation, that's exactly what it does. It opens up that door. And forgive me if I don't trust the Board of Education right now not to walk a Mack truck through that door and do exactly what the delegate from Enrico and many of us do not want to have happen. Look, I agree that it is shameful that we don't have more African Americans and Latinos at TJ. I agree 100%. But the problem isn't the admissions policy. The problem is the failure of the Commonwealth of Virginia going back, and both parties for not dealing with this underserved community before. We can have discussions all day long. Why isn't there bandwidth in certain areas? How do certain people get left out? Why don't we have charter schools? Why don't we have school choice in certain areas to bring wraparound opportunities and wraparound needs to those who have unique challenges in their families? But the Commonwealth of Virginia never faced that. We have one of the worst set of charter school laws in Virginia. We have a state that hates school choice for some reason. And how we feel better is by saying, let's bring down the bar of these governor schools so we can diversify those schools and feel better, because one day we will be able to say that, look at the diversity at TJ. I, for one, will not feel better looking at the diversity of TJ if I know we brought down a bar to get them there. You want to help the pipeline? Lift up those areas at the middle school level. Make sure that they have the same education opportunity that I had in Virginia Beach, many of y'all had in Northern Virginia, and others have elsewhere. That's how we fill that pipeline. If this piece of legislation talked about the feeder pipeline and dealing with the middle schools, I would be the first one to put my name on that bill. But what it does is it says we're going to prioritize those in underserved communities, and we're going to play with admissions policies. I know what that's code words for. I've been around long enough. So if anyone here wants to pass this so they can feel better, God bless them. But for me, we've had a longstanding problem in this Commonwealth for a long time, and the only way we're going to get it is by actually helping those get into the pipeline and achieve the same bar that we expect of everyone else, not by lowering the bar. We can achieve equity not by putting everyone into the same entity, but making sure everyone has the same level and opportunity to have that education, that they deserve to be here. They meet all the qualifications, and we don't skip these communities any further. Thank you, Madam Chair.